morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my monthly cleaning. Now by that I mean it's the things around your house you should be doing at least once a month. For me, some of these I do on more of like a weekly or bi-weekly basis, but I do give them a really good deep clean once a month. I'm starting in my bedroom. I'm gonna show you why. Okay, I'm one of those. I typically clean my bed sheets once a week, but on a monthly basis, I do a cycle and I add baking soda to it just to help it get a little extra deep clean. So I'm gonna start by stripping my bed. Now, I will say the baking soda method works even better if I was using my white sheets, because the baking soda, with giving the sheets a deeper clean, it also makes whites a lot brighter and more vibrant. My comforter, it does do that for this too, but if it's the white sheets, you know how they get all dingy and stuff from sweat and everything? All that disappears. It's just like magic. That's why you put the baking soda. I do a half a cup of it and then just a normal Tide Pod, let it run the cycle, dry them as I would, make my bed as I would normally, and then they're just so soft and it just even feels cleaner. I don't know if it's a mental thing or not, but they just seem so much cleaner. The next major thing is your air filter. Make sure you're doing this at least once a month. However, some of them are 3 months. It depends on the one that you have. Mine is reusable, so I have to vacuum all the excess dust off of it. And then once I do that, I will go outside and rinse it with the water hose. Don't do a very powerful flow though from your water hose, because you could mess up your filter doing that. And then as soon as I feel like it looks nice and clean, I give it a good shake to get all the extra water off of it. Then bring it back in the house and reinstall it as I normally would. But while you're doing this process, make sure your air conditioning unit is off. Next item is the shower heads. You can see here, this has all these little white marks on it. We have very hard water in our house. So I'm gonna take just a plastic bag, take any kind of bathroom cleaner. I'm using the CLR bathroom cleaner, spray it in there really good, and then use a little hair tie, tie the bag up there, and I'll leave it for about 30 minutes or more. You can also do this with vinegar and just leave it overnight if you want it longer, but carefully take the bag off when the time is up. Yeah, I've spilled this on myself before, so I say careful. And then I take my trusty little cleaning toothbrush, scrub it really well, and I'll take a cup of water and dip the shower head as I'm cleaning it. You'll see me here in just a second do that. And I'll keep cleaning with the toothbrush and dipping until I see that there's no more residue or anything on the shower head. Run it through real fast, and then it's good to go. Now moving into the kitchen, the first thing is the trash can. Our trash can inside got cleaned last week because we had a spill, but this was yesterday. My kids had cake frosting touch the top of it, so I'm going to do the trash can with some Windex. This is the multi-surface antibacterial. I just really like this one, but you can really use any cleaner that you feel comfortable with. Lysol, you can use vinegar and water, it's your choice. But just give the inside and outside a real good scrub. If your trash can's really bad, take this thing outside and do it in the water hose. That's how I do it when the whole can is pretty nasty. I'll take it outside and just use the water hose on it, and sometimes I'll take some bleach cleaner or some Lysol cleaner and do it that way, and then just let it dry out in the sun. I clean the sides of mine because it is a stainless steel. I clean it the same way I do all my appliances in my house. I just use glass cleaner. I'm gonna spray it with some Lysol. This is just for smell. If you have essential oil, you could put some of that in the bottom of it too, but I do this before I put the trash bag back in. Moving on to the oven, I had a Pinterest fail. I will go ahead and say it. I listened to something I shouldn't have, and then my oven had these horrible white streaks all over it for days. So this right here you're looking at is just my oven sprayed down with vinegar and water, and I let it sit for about an hour. That's what's in the squirt bottle. Now I'm gonna actually go in it with a solution of vinegar, water, and a little bit of Dawn, just a tiny bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down everything, take the shelves out, and really give this thing a good scrub down with a microfiber. Now, everyone has those little spots. If you cook pizzas or anything like that and it cooks over, you're gonna have these nasty little black spots on the bottom. For these, I'm using a scraper. It's the same one I use for my glass top stove. I love this thing, I use it everywhere. I just make sure the spot's a little wet with more of the vinegar water mixture and just start scraping away, and I'll just keep going until the whole bottom looks clean. And I really do love to see just how nasty the water is when I'm done cleaning. I find that satisfying. While I was in here, I decided to look at the microwave. My microwave I usually have to do probably every 2 weeks because my kids, but it's very simple. Vinegar, water in the microwave, 5 minutes. As soon as that's done, pull the bowl out. Be careful because it is hot. Take out your tray and the little thing that it sits on and just start wiping the walls. It wipes off so easy. There's barely any scrubbing. It takes less than 10 minutes, including heating up the vinegar and water. My cabinets are white. I do have to spot clean them, but this is a pretty good glimpse of just the daily wear and tear around here if I don't spot clean on the regular basis. So on a monthly, I do go and clean every single one, whether there's spots or not. This is 2 ways of doing it. This is a vinegar, water, and a little Dawn solution with a microfiber, or you can use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and water. I'm doing 1 door here with the vinegar and water mixture, and I'm gonna do 1 door with the Magic Eraser. They both do the same thing. If you have painted cabinets that are not sealed, don't use a Magic Eraser. It will pull the paint right off your cabinet. Otherwise, I clean mine with the Magic Eraser. It's easier, it's less scrubbing, it just works better on my cabinets, and I'm not a big fan of the vinegar smell. So I don't use that as much if I don't have to. But I will go around and I will clean every single cabinet drawer and door, and I will go behind it with a clean microfiber and just dry it off really good so that way there's no streak or a little residue. Because you know how sometimes the Magic Eraser can leave just that nasty little drip behind? Yeah, I just dry them off to make sure that doesn't happen. And then while you are doing the tops of all your cabinets and stuff, do the top of your microwave. You'll be surprised, it gets really nasty right along that ridge across the top of your microwave. So just wipe that while you're up here. The last thing I do is my light fixtures. I do this one chandelier here in the living room, dining room area, and I do the ones in my bathroom. I will usually use one of those extender stick Swiffer sweeper thingies, but I was out of all of my refills, so right now I'm just using a dusting mitt. It all works the same. Just however you get up there and get those clean, works for you. That right there is what the rest of the light fixtures in my house look like. I don't have any others other than the chandelier and the 2 ones in the bathrooms. But if you do have other light fixtures, clean those, as well as ceiling fans. I have a thing out my garage because my other house did have ceiling fans, and it's like this little thing that just goes over the blade. It's perfect, cleans them in 2 seconds flat. Now let's talk baseboards. I hate doing baseboards. It's so much work, it's tedious, but I do it just because it needs to get done. I have a dog, I have to vacuum. Make sure you vacuum off your baseboards first, just to get rid of any extra dust. This is the same mixture from the kitchen cabinets. You pick whichever one you like. The Magic Eraser works so much better on the baseboards, but in my house, I can't use it because my walls are unfinished. They're just manufacturer mass painted, so the Magic Eraser pulls the paint right off. So for my baseboards, I do have to use the vinegar water mixture with a tiny bit of Dawn in there, and it still works the same. The microfiber cloth takes care of all the business. There's not a whole lot of scrubbing, but I do have to use the vinegar mixture, but I do recommend the Magic Eraser. The last thing we're gonna talk about are blinds and windows. This little thing right here, I found at Marshall's months and months and months ago. I adore this thing. It's microfiber. It could be thrown in the washing machine. It comes with a replacement. You just pinch it on your blinds and you could do 2 blinds at one time, all the way down. It's just magic, takes the dust all the way off. Then some Windex on the window, just clean the inside and the outside of the window. Mine do unclip and fold in, so that way I can clean both sides of the window. I love that little feature, but I just love good old Windex and a microfiber for cleaning the windows. I am one of those checklist kind of girls. So there are the 11 items that we did today for everything in the house that I do on a monthly basis. And I did want to show you, I'm hoping I can get this to focus, all the dust from the blinds. It's just, these things are fantastic, and it literally will pop right off of this and go right into your washing machine. It doesn't get much better than that. So there is everything I do on a monthly basis. I do try to get this stuff done right at the beginning of the month, but sometimes I have to move it to the very end of the month. Like this coming weekend is the 1st and 2nd, while the 2nd is Aiden's birthday. So we're gonna be busy this weekend celebrating him, so I'm knocking this stuff out now. Also, I will use this to remember when to give my dog his heartworm pill, but that's only if I'm doing it right at the start of the month. So this weekend, I'll just have to give Hunter that, but that's no big deal. I hope you guys found a lot of information in this very useful to you, things that maybe you're not cleaning around your house as often as you should, or an easier way to clean it, like the microwave literally takes less than 10 minutes and it's fantastic, so fast. And I actually end up having to do that almost on a weekly basis, but my kids like to try and cook, so I mean, that makes a mess. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Good night.